The first case of HIV/AIDS was first reported in 1982. This was followed by a severe hit of HIV/AIDS that saw over 70 people die between 1980s and 1990s. In a bid to fight against the HIV/AIDS scourge, the ABC approach was introduced, which called for abstinence, being faithful, and using condoms to fight STDs and HIV.
We as young people don't love to use condoms, especially at campus, because of there's that anxiety to discover, to explore, to understand the sweetness that people talk about, and when they say sex is sweet.
Over the years, condom use has been one of the most effective tools in the fight against HIV and STDs. However, of late, people, especially between 18 to 30, have been ignoring the use of condoms, which has put many of them at the risk of contracting HIV.
Now, most men, whereas they would encourage their ladies to use female condoms, they like sneaking in. They bypass the condom. So that has been one of the issues, the indiscipline among men. They like to steal, to sneak through. And most men are not that loyal when it comes to condom use. So they sneak stealthily, you'll find them sneaking. So again, we need to manage the software of the men such that they can manage the hardware which sneaks through.
Moses Okero from Kiss Condoms says people need more information on condom. According to him, there is need for serious sensitization,
such that we can have a compromise. Last week we had a discussion with one of the cultural leaders in Acholi. He was telling me in Amuru, it's just an epidemic of pregnancies, unsafe abortions, and HIV infection. So we believe that synergies and behavior change will help, first of all, address the issue around the young population that Uganda has, and most importantly, access to quality services.
Condom accessibility is still a major challenge for some people, especially revealers who go out at night, something that puts their lives at risk.
So most people, actually, a majority of people, engage in sexual activity largely at night. So outside the urban centers, you'll find that most pharmacies and drug shops in rural areas close early.
NGO Reach a Hand Uganda says it will continue with its awareness program to help end HIV/AIDS by 2030.
That have really increased in this country, and looking at all parts of this country are really affected. We are looking at the increase of the HIV and AIDS infection that are really increasing due to COVID-19. So as Reach a Hand and partners, we have come together to really also drum a lot of noise around these pandemics that are increasing, that can be even stopped, that can even be reduced, so that we can have a very healthy generation that is growing up. So
Amfrey Nabimanya, the CEO of Reach a Hand Uganda, says government has put emphasis on COVID-19, ignoring other diseases such as HIV/AIDS that still pose a challenge to many people.
When COVID-19 hit, of course, most of the investment went in terms of COVID-19, in terms of creating awareness, in terms of prevention, in terms of manufacturing of vaccine and medication, and so many things like that. And over the years, we have seen there was always minimal investment that is being invested in sexual reproductive health programs and HIV programs. So right now, even the investment that was there kind of reduced. So most funders, most partners, most investors were contributing so much to COVID-19. But if we are seeing that kind of investment, the way it has been invested in fighting COVID-19, can also be equally the same investment that can be put into HIV/AIDS programs.
This year's World AIDS Day theme is End Inequalities and HIV. Ramna Katumba, CTV, PM edition.